active. Questions had to be answered after the collapse against the Titans last week, and many people thought McDaniel and Tua wouldn't have the answers and it could have been a long day. Instead, Austin Jackson goes down, but Tua Tagovailoa gets benched in the second half. Why? Because the Dolphins blew out the Jets, and Tua Tagovailoa, y'all wanted that throw over the top for a deep touchdown, and he gave it to y'all who told me Penguins can't fly because Jalen Waddle sure did, straight to the end zone. It's the fifth quarter post-game show. Open panel to all of you guys. Let's get into it.
Touchdown! Got it! You have got to be kidding me. Jalen Waddle has a Dolphin touchdown. And he will score! Field down the near side, man open. Touchdown! The run from Tua Tagovailoa. Touchdown! He's going deep. He's got it for a touchdown again. Touchdown!
Beautiful day to be a Dolphin fan. Let's go! What is good, Finn Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason. We are back here for another one. Appreciate all of you for coming out for this fifth quarter post-game show. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dolphins, they got it done. All right, 30-0. Hey, I woke up this morning. I tweeted out a pretty nice picture of Tua Tagovailoa, and I also said, not only does the AFC East run through Miami, but I woke up ready to watch Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins teach the international language of ass whooping for a second time this season to the Jets. And boy, did they ever. Oh, come on, man. If you ain't excited right now, if you ain't feeling it, I don't know how. Smash that like button. We are primed. We are ready to take on Dallas this week. Man, if that offense can do what they did today without Tyreek Hill, with Austin Jackson going down, with Terron Armstead being the only starter on the offensive line, if they can do what they did today, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. And I think Tyreek's going to be back next week. I think Tyreek's back next week. I don't think Tyreek's sitting on the sideline for that game. And I think I said you're going to see Robert Hunt down that 3-game stretch. I think he'll try to come back. We'll see. I still think it might be the final 2 games, but I was told this morning Devin Achane was trending towards not playing. He ended up suiting up. Maybe that was because, obviously, and maybe that's why Devin Achane had a little bit of a lighter workload, right? Because Achane, even though he looked like he had a role and he only had 9 carries, right? Now, he did have 3 receptions on 3 targets. But it's not like they gave him a huge workload today when clearly Achane was feeling it from early on. Maybe they're still managing him a little bit. I don't know. We'll get more info as this week goes on. I'm going to have a 3 takes episode for Patreons tonight. Don't forget about that. Also, Rhonda. Shout out to the homie Rhonda. Been holding me down for forever. At halftime of this game that we just had, we gave away 2 shirts, and Rhonda, you got the Waddle shirt, and then shout out to 50th State Fins fan, because 50th State, oh, that's the wrong one, 50th State Fin fan, he went ahead, he won the Tua Tagovailoa shirt. We'll do another giveaway real soon, don't worry. I'm figuring out something else we'll give away, but we're gonna give away another. We'll do another giveaway real soon. All right, real soon, because I got good feeling about this. Hell, you know what? I got some cards. Maybe on Christmas Eve, during the Christmas Eve stream, I'll give away some Dolphins cards at halftime. You ain't got to donate. You donate during the stream all you want. If you will, hey, appreciate it. But I'll give away some cards. But you know what we'll do? It's going to be a tricky one, because what I'll do is, it's going to be a real tricky one, because what I'll do is, if you're in the chat, I will tell you at the beginning of the game what to do, and then you have basically the first quarter to go do it. So what I'll do is, I'll basically probably tell you to go comment on the last video, and you have the whole first half to comment on the last video, right? And I'll just say, hey, and I'll find a keyword. All right, I'll find a keyword, and then that's what I'll do. I'll give away, because I got some Dolphins cards I can give away that are decent for you guys. All right, so we'll do something like that. I'll pick out like 2 or 3 cards next halftime, because you know your boy always cracking cards. So I'll give away 2 or 3 Dolphin cards, and I ain't talking like some jabroni base cards. Okay, I will give something at least worth your time around. All right. So appreciate y'all for coming through. I'm going to open it up to all you guys in a minute here. Listen, here's the fact of the matter. The Miami Dolphins are 10-4 for the first time in 20 years. I don't care either way. Why do you want to cut that right now? You can't bring me down. Now, are you right if you say we should be 11-3? 110%. But I ain't got a DeLorean. I don't know Doc Brown. You know, I might look fly in the waddle, but I ain't Marty McFly. So I'm not going back in time like Huey Lewis in the news anytime soon. All right? Not happening. We can't change that. What we can take care of is our business from here on out. And today was the first step. Now, I did say this week, I said all week, I expected us to handle the Jets. Throw a donut up there. Beautiful. 30 to Krispy Kreme. Love every minute of it. But what did I say? Now it's going to be what we look like against the Cowboys. And that's what's going to come down to it. Now, listen, I wish the Cowboys were an AFC team, because then something would really be on the line here. All right, but, you know, the Cowboys are at home. The Bills are at home. I think we can win both those games. The Ravens, you think this team don't believe they can go into Baltimore after what they did last year and do whatever they want? Let's talk about it for a sec. So, listen, I expect this team to go at minimum 2-1 on this 3 stretch. And I think they got all the ability in the world to go 3-0. Even look at what they did today. Look at how efficient that offense. Sure, it had a little bit of a slow start, but we're notorious slow starters as well. But look at the efficiency that started to come with that offense. I'm telling y'all, Mike McDaniel, they knew all week Tyreek wasn't going. Mike McDaniel had a good game. Look at how he stuck to the run. Remember? Get the ball back. 3 times we tried from inside the 5-yard line, and we scored on the 3rd. Last week, we were throwing it 3 times straight. We showed more balance and more commitment to the run in the red zone, and it mattered. It mattered. And 2 to Jalen Waddle, baby. Don't tell me. You remember that one? Do you remember that in the second half when Robert Saleh took that timeout and it panned into Tua and he was coming off smiling a bit? It's because Tua saw matchups he was about to exploit again against the Jets. And they had to call the timeout. I'll tell you exactly when that timeout was. It was in the second half. I know that for sure. Was it the one where we took I think it was the one where we took the field goal, where we ended up with the field goal. I want to say it was that drive. The one that went from the end of the second into from the end of the 3rd quarter into the 4th quarter. I'm pretty sure it was that one, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was that one, because then Mike White was in. Pretty sure it was that one where Robert Saleh took a timeout, and it was because Tua was about to expose him for another big play. They just randomly took a timeout. And it's because we were about to cook them again. Man, I'm telling you, Waddle, you had one drop today. It was good coverage, but you should have had it. But Waddle showed he was able to be leaned on today, too. Waddle was that dude today. Who tried to tell me Waddle wasn't that dude today? That's the guy I defended since Alabama and through his Dolphins career. 8 receptions, $142, 17.8 yards per reception, a touchdown. 2 is at the podium.
It's just me throwing the ball to our playmaker. That's all it was. Jalen made a play on that, and the result was a touchdown. So that's all that was.
That's my boy right there.
There's a lot of uncertainty about whether you during the week, how you think getting those practice reps in without Tyreek.
Talking about getting the practice reps in with Tyreek.
As we look throughout the week, not having Tyreek, yeah, it's tough not having one of your star guys out there. But as a collective group, it's like, well, what are we going to do? Are we just going to run the ball the entire game? Are we just going to do action game the entire game? Like, no, we shouldn't change who we are as an offense because one guy's out. We got a lot of other guys like that we trust, that we believed in to come on the team. And, that's what happened.
Real talk.
It's just the trust that we have in each other and to just go out there, play what we see and play fast. So,
there you go. Tua talking about how they're not going to change who they are just because one player's out.
All right, coming up next,
like, huge. He ain't wrong. So we're going to open it up to all you guys. Before we do open it up to all you guys, what I'm going to do is let's go over the box score for all of you guys. I mean, it was the Tua balled out today. What he was asked to do. All right. Even when he was asked to push the ball, like how many of those incompletions was especially that Waddle incompletion, right on the money. Asked to convert third downs. He was converting third downs today when he was asked to. Tua had a fantastic game. So Tua Tagovailoa, he was 21 of 24 for 224. A touchdown. He was sacked 3 times. Raheem Mostert, 15 of 42. Devin Achane, 9 carries, 32 yards. On the flip side, Trevor Siemian, 14 completions, 20. You can't say enough. Man, Bradley Chubb, you get my game ball today. Bradley Chubb and that defensive front was absolutely dominant. Bradley Chubb, you are the player of the game on both sides of the football. Don't matter where you at. Doesn't matter where you at. Okay, Bradley Chubb, absolute dominant performance. Easily his best game as a Dolphin. Unbelievable. And we need that down this stretch. AVG was disruptive. Made a great play in coverage. All right? Raekwon Davis was doing. The run game was shut down by this defense, today. It was a fantastic effort. Jalen Ramsey, the best corner in the NFL. It ain't Jalen. He's an alien, baby. Jalen Ramsey locking it down today. He was phenomenal. Garrett Wilson was erased. Unbelievable job by Jalen Ramsey. All right? Listen, Kohu, he did a pretty good job. Had a few, but other than that, he was good, and he's got some pressure. Brandon Jones made the plays when they were presented to him. 2 picks, his first 2 I believe that's his first 2 interception game. It had to be. Wasn't that the first one was his second interception of his career, wasn't it? So fantastic stuff we saw from the defense today. Vic Fangio. Okay, the guy, unbelievable. And don't think I ain't forgot the people that were in my chat saying this defense sucks. The people that were in my chat saying fire Fangio. Don't think I ain't forgot y'all on X. Don't think I forgot all y'all. Don't think I forgot about some of y'all, with, Pelican jowls out here who don't know any ball sense, making videos on YouTube saying, oh, defensive guru, huh? Don't think I don't remember any of that shit, all right? Don't think I don't remember none of that. And he's doing it and he's done it with injuries. Did it without Ramsey for how long? Doing it without Jalen Phillips. Doing it without Jerome Baker. Doing it with X in and out of the lineup. Raekwon Davis had a fractured hand for the first months. Don't think I don't remember. Y'all were in my chat. Y'all were in X. Some of y'all clowns were making videos about this. Don't think I don't remember this stuff. Because some of y'all don't got no patience. No patience. It's got to be instant gratification. If it ain't instant, it don't matter. We ain't making coffee, baby. This ain't instant coffee. This is that slow brew, kick you in the ass, wake you up in the morning defense is what this is. All right? Cam Smith got hurt today. Jeff Primani hurt his hamstring. So I'm letting everyone know what's good with that. Man, shout out to this defense. This defense is better than anything Boyer fielded. This defense is rivaling. This defense is rivaling what Flores did here. The run defense is better than it's been under either one of those regimes, whether it's the Boyer or Flores regime. The run defense is absolutely stifling. Absolutely stifling. Ramsey, Flores brought in Byron Jones and said, oh, I'll pair Byron. And then he tried to push him out with Noah Benogany. McDaniel and Fangio have embraced X, right? Like they should have. Absolute legend. Okay. Gonna go in the Ring of Honor, baby. Let's get him a championship. One of the things that hurts me is we never got Rashad Jones a championship. I don't want that to happen for this guy, but I digress. All right. And they said, yeah, Byron Jones. Jalen Ramsey, baby. All right. This secondary. And look at what we're doing. Elijah Campbell making plays today. He looked phenomenal today. Elijah Campbell looked good. I'm telling you. And I already gave Brandon Jones his flowers. Man, you got Deshaun Elliott in concussion protocol, an MCL sprain in each knee of your all-pro free safety. Oh, and look at what we do. Look at this defense. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Shout out to Vic. Big Vic energy, baby. FinsideTheNFL.com right now. Go get your Big Vic energy shirt or your Big Vic energy hoodie. Or go get we got those, we got the Christmas, ugly Christmas shirts too. They're phenomenal. Go get them right now. But anyways, man, I got to give the defense just their props today. Unbelievable performance. Unbelievable. You look at a whole possession, outpossessing them 36-21 to 23-39. Oh, man. What unbelievable stuff today from this team. You know what? You know why I'm proud of it? You didn't play down to the level. You came out and you handled your business. Now go do it again next week. You didn't play down to the level of the competition. You didn't make it harder than it should have been on yourself. You took care of it. Like, thank you for taking care of business. Thank you for not making us sweat these clowns. All right? Like, appreciate that. I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm happy. You made an even bigger statement than you did on Black Friday in their house. You beat them 34-13 in their house. Then they come to your house. You beat them 30-0. The Miami Dolphins outscored the New York Jets 64-13 this season. Think about that one for a second. All right? That's handling your bit. And that's a division rival where we remember times where we weren't good or they weren't good and the games were tough. Not anymore. Not anymore. And the best part about it all is, ladies and gentlemen, we put the nail in the coffin on Aaron Rodgers' dreams of coming back and playing meaningful football. They're 5-9. He thought, maybe I can come back. You saw his face today, shaking his head. Didn't want to be there. hating life. I love it. I love it. But we got some injuries too, right? Ogba's hurt. Austin Jackson's got an oblique injury. Right? We lost some players today too. Again, well, why wouldn't we? It's another week of Dolphin football. So Eichenberg had some rough moments, had some good moments, had some nice. He had a couple nice blocks in that game, but he had a couple whiffs. Still, that he's inconsistent. Still, man, if we could get Harrison caught up and you could kick Eichenberg, if you could get even competent play out of Harrison at center and kick Eichenberg out to right guard, because that's where he's looked best all year. Oh my God, please. And then now Austin Jackson. I mean, again, last week we had Austin Jackson was our only starter on the offensive line. And now this week, by the end of the game, Teron Armstead's the only starter. But shout out to Teron Armstead for making it through the full game too. I mean, give that man his props. You know what I mean? Give me, keep it up. You know, knock on wood on that one. So listen, unbelievable. I mean, he just took care of business. And it's about time. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Let's get y'all up here. I want to hear some of y'all thoughts on this win today. I want to hear some of y'all thoughts. 10-4. Romo called it the murderer's row. You know why he did? Because the team he used to play for, the Dallas Cowboys, as well as the team he would play for if given the chance to back up Josh Allen, then that being obviously who? The Buffalo Bills. I mean, I've never heard. I mean, how many comments? This guy just does not want us. This guy just does not want us at all to win this division. It's obvious. It's so obvious right now with how it is. Anyways, let's get some guys up here. Let's get it going. The link is in the comments if you want to come up here and join. Over 325 of you in the chat right now. All right, let's do this. Let's bring some class to the stage. British Fin fan, what's good, homie? Bari, how are you doing, sir? Let's get your thoughts. Let's go. Let's bring some class to the stage. Let them know.
Doing well. Happy to get the 10th win, which, 90% of the time gets you playoff football. So it's good to get that magic 10th win. Jets are a really bad team. They really suck, don't they? I mean, they're the only team that got a worse offensive line than us, and that's with the backups. So, I think Zach Jones should change his name to Sack Jones, because that's just,
I love it.
He was just living on his arse, wasn't he? It was.
Can't take Whack Jones. I already gave it to Mac. You know what I mean? So you got to give him that. I get it.
Yeah. Pretty much as soon as Miami went in front, that was the game. They were never coming back. Just play mistake-free football, take care of the ball, no fumbles, don't throw any interceptions, and we were just gonna win that game in third gear, man. It was just easy today for us. And I think that the fact that we expected that kind of game and that kind of result is why we were resting Tyreek and one or two others, because we need everybody that can man up and be at least, even if they're 80% healthy, we need everybody for the tougher games to come, like Dallas and Baltimore and obviously Buffalo last game of the season. So yeah, rolling on, happy days. Just got an eye on Buffalo and Dallas now, hoping that Dallas can do us a favor.
Don't look past Baltimore, bro.
Yeah. Baltimore as well, yeah.
Robert Thomason said, "Can I please submit my vote for Jabroni of the week?" Oh, brother, you can submit your vote all you want, but he's definitely the leading candidate right now. I don't know what it's going to take. I mean, I don't know how he's going to eat his dinner tonight. He's going to be full from, gobbling Josh Allen all day. You know what I mean? I'm sure right now he's sitting back. Just sitting back, just absolutely watching and loving life right now, watching the Buffalo Bills drive down the field. Unbelievable. He's He's up there. Don't worry. He's winning right now. All right. Bari, you're up, brother, and then we'll go to Hooked Up Joe here.
Hey man, what's up, Reason? What's up, everybody in the chat? Man, great win, man. Once again, bro. Jalen Waddle proves once again him and Tua just sunned the Jets every time. I don't know what it is. Jalen Waddle just becomes a dog against the Jets. And then the player of the game, bro, is Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb. He redeemed himself from that Tennessee game.
Which one? Which player? Oh, you say player of the game? I thought you said play of the game. You said player of the game?
Player of the game is Bradley Chubb.
By a mile.
Yeah, like just elite play from like the first snap. Just dominance he was damn near around the ball every snap. It was crazy. And then also, I don't know, it was probably Vic Fangio. He adjusted.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped playing that soft coverage with Ramsey and dropped him down to make him travel with Garrett Wilson for the rest of the game. And Jalen Ramsey, the first half he had zero. The man was running cardio like Terry McLaurin.
Yeah,
he was getting cardio in. And then the Hackett finally realized to put Wilson in the slot to give him his little targets, but it was too late. Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, man. Like what I like too is like again, what was I worried early on about this season? Is Vic Fangio going to marry his philosophy with what a lot of our personnel is good at? And you saw how aggressive we've come, right? And one of my keys to victory was expose that leaky line like you did in week 12 because I mean, look at this. Mekhi Becton giving up 37 pressures. Max Mitchell's giving up 30 pressures. Laken Tomlinson's giving up 37 pressures, right? Becton has given up 9 sacks. Mitchell's given up 6. Tomlinson's given up 6. You can collapse if you can collapse those edges real quick, which was happening today. And they're leaking up that interior. So, I mean, you can see why they went back to Wilson because they want someone who can escape that. But Wilson, they decided, well, I'm going to sit in the pocket and take it. And, I mean, he took it from the defense.
And then I just want to praise Tua Tagovailoa. All week.
Oh, no.
He have his best game versus Tennessee? No. But all week I've heard the most ridiculous takes about this man. People were calling him a Tyreek merchant. He put his head down. Got to work.
Merchant, bro.
I know. I know. And this is the same, mind you, before people lie on and pretend like the Jets our defense is terrible after this game. This is the same defense.
No. I'll straighten that out right now.
Yeah.
The Jets were number 5 in total defense in this game, coming into this game in the league. They were the number 2 passing defense in the NFL. They were allowing 167.2 yards per game.
Facts.
Right? Tua Tagovailoa went out there today, and he put up 224, 21 of 24, 119.4 passer rating. How many of those passes were drops?
A lot of his passes were on the money, and it was just drops, especially that Waddle. Waddle got to catch that, bro.
And that was a first down, too. Not only was that a drop, but he had converted the down, too, right? And then what are those throws? Where's the flag on Wilson? That was an OPI. Exactly. I don't care what you try to tell me, okay?
And he did this with 3 of his starting O-line gone. He was 4. He was picking.
We lost Jackson.
Yeah, right? Bro. It's just elite play from Tua. He responded well from last game. Just elite play.
And can we
turnover free too?
Until late in that second half, the run game wasn't giving him much help.
Exactly.
He also had the second highest pass completion percentage since Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh, he's
88%.
I saw one play, and now we've seen a play where Tua missed that I called out on the All-22, and I've seen a few plays come his way that he's made plays on, and I know it got called back today. Integrate Chase Claypool. He's ready, my friend. Please integrate this man.
Yes.
Please integrate Chase Claypool. Please.
And we finally got that Tua to Waddle deep ball for a touchdown. We haven't had that since Waddle's been in the league.
Were you in the chat for the live reaction?
Yes.
Had over 500 people in the chat today. I appreciate all y'all for coming through for the live reaction. But, bro, I literally 5 minutes before that was like, man, I don't know if we're getting that over the top today with Waddle. He's a little banged up now. And then Like, boom. I was like, well, I was wrong.
Waddle,
I'm happy to be wrong there.
DJ Reed, Waddle was just babying DJ Reed all game, bro.
No, you know
He
what it
just
was?
giving him work.
They should have never. Who was it? Was it Quinnen Williams? Who was the one that waddled?
Quentin Williams. It
Quinnen
was.
Williams? Should have never waddled, brother. Should have never
Exactly.
waddled because what happened? All right, the only Penguin that flies in the world came out to play. Danny DeVito ain't the Penguin. Jalen Waddle is. Hooked Up Joe. What's good, man?
The stats were showing before this game that when Hill went out of the game, Tua had better passer rating. He had
Exactly.
better completion percentage.
Thank
And people
you.
are like, he's
Thank you.
just, Hill does it all. I'm like, man, he's played 63% of the snaps or less in the last 4 games. He does better when he's not in the game. Don't give me that. When Hill was inactive, I was like, good. That was my first response, was good. So let's see it, because I knew he was going to clean up. I mean, he didn't really clean up. Really the tone of the day is the defense is unreal. I mean, to have a defense like this, I mean, when you compute in all of our bad early stats, our current standing just doesn't represent what we really got. It is unbelievable. You know who's going to get defensive player of the week for AFC. It's got to be Chubb, right? I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Unbelievable game, by our defense, and I mean that's what championship teams are. You got a good defense, you have a good offense, you bounce back. I couldn't be happier.
Sure.
It feels like Chubb's like, because Phillips went down, Chubb's stepping up now, isn't he? And he's like, I'm gonna carry this team with it.
It's gotten better as the
big
season's
plays.
gone on, for sure.
Yeah.
Like even AVG was real good today. That breakup early on was huge. And I mean, I know no one's gonna really talk about it, but that Berrios catch was pretty sweet too. I mean, like that catch was. I know he only had one catch today, but that 12-yard catch mattered, right? Got us a first down, moved the sticks, kept his ass in play. The only problem
What about Brandon Jones and Elijah Campbell? They played a really good game.
That breakup was huge.
That breakup was crazy.
Brother, I mean, any one of us 4 up here could have made those interceptions Brandon Jones made today, but he made them. And that's what matters. That's what matters.
Yeah.
He made the play. He didn't drop it.
Exactly.
And on the first one, that return was fantastic. Now, none of us up here could have returned it the way he did, especially on that first one. But that first one, that return was huge, put us in good position, et cetera, et cetera. That secondary was good. Brandon Jones had to make up because he had that really good game a couple weeks ago, and then he had gone from that to he was taking out our own players. And I mean, he was blowing assignments in coverage against Tennessee and such. So, Brandon Jones was good, man. I thought the whole secondary was good. I thought Kohu had a couple of rough moments, but then he settled in pretty well. I mean, we weren't really talking about Needham very much today. He did his job. I thought Duke Riley was good today. David Long, I mean, he had almost a couple clear shots at Zach and Trevor Siemian today. Man, I just thought that defense is under Fangio right now. I'm telling you, quote me, I don't give a crap. This defense is better than it was under Flores.
Even that guy Bonham made a play, didn't they? The cornerback.
Yeah,
I was like...
that they called up, but they love him, eh? Apparently, they love that guy. Tyreek Hill. That's the play that Tyreek Hill said he wants to race in a 40 that he thinks might be as fast as him. That's him. So I mean, I'm gonna say it again, bro. I think this defense right now it's better than what we had under Flores.
By a long shot. I mean, we were missing Elliott, Holland, and X.
That's ridiculous. And Jerome Baker.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I always miss out. I need to add him to my list.
Because you're thinking about the all-pros of the list, right? I don't blame you. So, I don't know. Hey, I mean, give Fangio his flowers. Give this defense his flowers. And, again, give McDaniel and Butch Berry and Frank Smith their flowers for having a game plan. People were complaining about the screens early on, but they were trying to get that ball out and open up other things they wanted to do in their offense, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, we did a.
I said it's not about. Well, we got to learn from McDaniel's with McDaniel's development. it's got to be how McDaniel acts in game adjustment wise. I think they knew Tyreek probably wasn't going to go, so they had all that in place, and it's going to be, what happens when these guys go down in game. And I mean, they're going down by the troves right now, so it's not like we're not going to have a chance to learn that anytime quick.
And reason, can I just say this? McDaniels learned his lesson from the Tennessee game. On the first drive where we got down to he ran the ball three straight times.
Even when it looked like it wasn't working, right?
Exactly. If we would have got stopped and settled for the field goal, I would have been happy because we ran the ball 3 straight times.
Yeah, I agree.
We need to keep defenses honest with our run game.
But he did that a lot too, right? Remember Moser had a couple of those 2 big runs in a row, but we took a penalty on that. Remember we took the penalty when he got down to the 2 or whatever.
Achan had a big run too that he had a bunch of big runs that got took away. Achan. So
Achan did not get justice today at all. He went out there and hurt his turf toe a little more, just pushing it, and just didn't get the stats he deserves today.
Yeah, because they had some of them call back, right?
Yeah.
Eichenberg was called for a hold.
Man, those penalties are okay, first drive, you lose Waddle, you knock the wind out of him or whatever, and then you start taking penalties. Now you have the personnel to eat your way out of 2nd and 19. What? I mean, they know what your personnel is. Okay, it's one of these running backs. Either they're handing them off or they're coming out of the backfield. That's their best weapon right now. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, integrate Claypool more. I've seen Tua miss a streak where Claypool would have been gone for 90 plus yards for a touchdown. I've seen about 3 or 4 passes his way this season where I've liked what he saw. He got 11-yard reception call back today. I think Tua would be targeting him. Again, I go back to this. When you look at when DVP went down, when you look at in the history when DVP went down, when Preston Williams went down, that's when he turned to Gesicki. That's when Gesicki started making. That's where Gesicki started making his money. Well, he didn't make a lot when the Patriots paid him, but you get what I'm saying. So he made his money on the field, and we don't have that right now. But Claypool can offer you that. If they've been cross-training him for over 5-6 weeks now, I bet you can threaten the seams with him. I bet you. I mean, we've seen him, guys, not even where they target him. We've seen him in games this year where they've asked him to block, and he's done a really good job blocking.
Yeah, he's a big body receiver. He's going to offer a different threat in the red zone, isn't he? So you just got to keep him,
That's what we're
integrated
missing.
into the team.
Look at Tua's trying to draw an OPI, throwing a fade to Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yeah.
It should have been called, but yeah.
That's where we're at right now.
We need to start throwing fades to our big body receivers, bro. It's getting ridiculous.
But who do we have? We have Cedric Wilson. That's it.
And Claypool.
I'm talking about who they target and use a lot.
Cedric,
it's the only guy who's getting snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and he had Ezekama as well, but he's gone, hasn't he? We've not seen him for weeks.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's coming back, bro. They said it was a head injury. What was it? Head or neck injury from college that's non-football related.
Right, or not team related.
Yeah,
not Miami Dolphins related.
Yeah.
Which means that they, ultimately that'll probably end up in some kind of a settlement and they'll end it. And
they said that, what did they say? They were aware of it and flared up. That's not good. And why I keep going back to this is I keep telling all y'all, I got word in the offseason that we had packages with Ezekama, 11 personnel, but we're going to run 21 and 12 personnel looks with him. And that stuff's it's not thrown out the window, but you can't utilize it without that. That's why they're trying to get Claypool caught up.
Still think they're holding back for the playoffs. I think they're going to pull out a Claypool package. They're going to pull out all kinds of stuff.
You're going to see stuff we haven't seen yet in the playoffs.
That's why we lost the last game, because we were holding back and going vanilla, and I think and it just bit us. But I think that's going to change. I think that we stopped that. We're still holding some back and not taking any chances if we don't have to. If we don't have to pull out that play, we're not pulling out the play. Today, we didn't have to pull out any plays. And our offense, when you look at the competition difference, our offense scoring 30 is as good as the defense pulling a shutout. because the defense of the Jets is real. I mean, we were talking about this early in the season. We're like, the Jets defense is a test for us. I don't care what anybody says, they're a test. If we can get a 30 McNugget or better on the Jets, then we won. Even though our defense gave us great field position the whole game, it was still our offense did the job, and we got our 30 McNugget.
And I thought, I got to see the numbers here, but I thought Berrios had a good game returning the football too. He had four punt returns for 53 yards today.
Yeah.
One really good one, at least. He had one good one. And he hadn't been that great.
Even that short one, though, where he dipped under the defender, I mean, that was pretty sweet, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Tyreek's back next week, so I'm not overly concerned and worried. I don't think he's missing the Cowboys.
I just hope we keep like feeding Waddle with Tyreek, like spread his offense out with Waddle more. Just keep doing it.
I agree. We looked more effective last year when we had them as 1A, 1B, and maybe that happens now, boys, because if we do some math here, Tyreek,
he needs like 400 more yards, I think.
Yeah, we got 3 games. We got 3 games left, and he's at 15. What is he at? He's at 1542. So he needs 458 yards. He needs like 153 yards per game, basically.
And you know what him being held out means? If he gets it, he did it in 16 because he was out this game.
That's true. Boom. You know what? Screwed him over. He probably would have broke over 200 against like the Commanders, but we benched him. Like we benched him a lot of games because we're blowing teams out.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Like 63.
He most definitely would have got over 200 against the Commanders if we played him.
Hey, listen, I ain't hating.
It is what it is.
I never liked this 2000 thing from the beginning, man.
He doesn't care, really. He doesn't care. He would have been clamoring to get in and made his statement.
Well, thank God. Because I didn't like when I was hearing that his family was talking to him at the dinner table about this 2K stuff.
It doesn't have to be 2K, though, to get the record, does it?
I'm going to tell you, for all you that live down in Miami, let me know in the chat right now, what's going to make you more of a god in Miami? Getting 2K or bringing a Lombardi to Miami?
Winning a Lombardi.
No,
buddy, you win a Lombardi, you'll never have to pay for anything in Miami ever again, Tyreek.
Yeah. Super
Trust
Bowl
me, Super Bowl MVP going to get you a lot farther than regular season MVP, brother. Trust me, that you'll be a god amongst men out there. It would have been like up here that's why, just for example, Kawhi Leonard, he was going to be a god up here if he never left. Like there were restaurants up here that legitimately came public and said, you will never have to pay for a meal again.
That's crazy.
And, his uncle got involved and wanted us to give him a private jet and all this crap. But I'm saying, bro, there's certain cities and certain sports where you win a championship in that city, you are God. And if you deliver a Lombardi to the Dolphins, just like if you deliver a Stanley Cup to the Rangers in New York, right? Or if Jeter built a dynasty with the Yankees, so he's a god forever in right? Like that's just how it works in certain cities. Oh, God status, Tyreek. What matters? Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah.
Tua talks about it all the time too. They're not afraid to talk about the Super Bowl. I love that. They're like, oh, our primary goal is to win the Super Bowl. That's it. Yeah, they start talking to him about MVP. Says, we don't care. We want the Super Bowl.
Deshaun, look at my avatar, King Tua. You already know what time it is. All right, you ain't got to tell me. You already know what time it is. No, but yeah, I hooked up, Joe. Because that was something I keyed in on the offseason. Remember when they were in training camp and I would talk about it and how they understand the expectations. They're not backing down from it. They're not fearful of it. They know what the expectations are. And it looked like they've embraced the expectations all offseason and they're continuing to. But man, we know what the story's going to be. I was out ahead of it telling y'all last week. Yeah, they destroyed the Jets, but what are they going to do against the Cowboys?
Well, this is it. We need to win one of those big games, so they keep saying to
No, win 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah,
Win them all.
There you go. Win them all.
Yeah. Just to put that narrative to bed that we can beat, a playoff team, a winning team. Just go out and there and show them what you can do.
And the Jets defense is not a nobody team. I mean, that's the biggest baloney narrative you ever saw.
5 in total defense,
the reason
number 2
he
against
could
the
sit
pass.
out because it was the Jets. That's baloney.
Yeah.
The Jets are just awesome in their D.
I agree. 110%, but their offense is poo-poo. Let's be honest with ourselves as well. You know what I mean?
Ask Aaron Rodgers, you see him on the sideline.
Yeah. That was not a good situation for them. Not a good situation for them. Great situation for us.
Yeah. Poo part.
Man, 10-4 for the first time in 23 years since 2000.
Mm-hmm.
How can you not be happy right now?
With 3 games to go, if I'm checking my calculations correctly.
And I mean, go Cowboys, because if the Cowboys win today, then what is our magic number? 1 game?
Yeah. Because then the Bills can only go 10-7.
No matter what, our magic number is 2, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, if you would have won that game last week, I hate to be that guy.
I know.
And the Titans lost today as well.
We need the Cowboys and Jaguars to pull through tonight. The Jaguars got to beat the Ravens too.
Man, listen, I remember telling me and EM sitting up here and telling him when I was at Clemson, don't fall for the great white hope that they're trying to sell us with Trevor Lawrence. I stand by that. Just because you got long blonde hair, blue eyes, and you're built like a prototypical quarterback, man, I swear he's good, but he's never lived up to the hype of that freshman, of those freshman and sophomore years, man. Like he is.
Yeah.
In Clemson, he got worse after he won the national championship. It felt like, and he's just been like, as a pro. It's not like I don't know. And Doug Peterson's a great football mind. Listen, is he top 15? Sure. But like, man, for what they tried to sell Trevor Lawrence as, I don't see it. Same thing they tried to sell as Herbert after that rookie season. Herbert got more coaches fired than he does playoff wins, but okay, keep selling me that narrative. So
yeah, they even got Lawrence. They even got Lawrence some weapons as well. They got Calvin Ridley and they drafted ETN. So they got
Ingram just started play. He just started really getting the most out of Ingram touchdown wise the last couple of weeks. It feels like
Christian Kirk worked out for them, but now he's hurt.
And look at the running back situation. ETN, they drafted Tanks Bigsby. They ran what's his face out of town. Remember the UDFA? James Robinson. Yeah. They ran him out of town. Blah 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 blah. Right? Like, I don't know. I like him, but like Burrow's way better than Trevor Lawrence. Like it's not
no question. No question.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll even say this: I see more flashes out of Jordan Love, but he's got nothing to work with.
I love how before the season started, they automatically threw him as a top 5 quarterback on Trevor Lawrence on all these lists before the season even started.
Zach Martin just got hurt. Lineman for the Cowboys.
Micah Parsons just got hurt too.
Oh wow!
It happens like the weather with the Bills, doesn't it?
I know. Everything works out in their favor. Is it in Dallas or is it in Buffalo? It's in Buffalo.
Bills, isn't it?
It's in Buffalo.
That's not good. Come on, Dak. Everyone's telling me you're an MVP.
What's it called? Pollard is down 2, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Bills are hitting right now. They are hitting.
Oh, Tony Romo somewhere hitting himself.
Yeah, I was thinking Tony Romo's in his own closet calling the game by himself.
Bro, Tony Romo was
actively talking to Jim, and Jim's like out in the other room. He's like, "Who are you talking to, Tony?"
Tony Romo was actively praying on our downfall the whole game, bro. He was just praying for our downfall.
That's hilarious.
Him and
Yeah, didn't
Kyle
they have a
Brand.
bunch of players out heading in or no even into today too? I don't know.
Oh, man.
That's hilarious, man. That's jokes.
They didn't have Tony call the game for his own good
Yeah, really.
because he'd explode if the
Yeah, he'd be
Dallas
going.
won. He
Oh
just like,
man,
you
he'd be
know,
going. He'd be
like, I
going
got to call
nuts.
in sick the next game.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my god. All right, so listen. Um, what'd you guys think today of the offensive line? Overall thoughts. I want your guys' thoughts on what you saw from the offensive line. Put in the chat. What did you think of the offensive line? British Fin fan, what did you think of the offensive line today?
I think they did. I think they did okay because I think we focused a lot more on the running game because we knew that some of the starters were out and we didn't want to have that pass rush coming from the Jets and putting Tua on the back foot. So I think overall they did probably a 7 out of 10, which I think is fine with me. And just pounding the ball, some short screen game and everything like that. So I think they performed pretty well today, in all things considered, against a very good defense. So I'm happy with the performance of the offensive line today. Yeah, Eichenberg still had a couple of bad moments, but it didn't cost us. And can get Robert Hunt back, and like you said, reason if can slide Eichenberg to one of the guard positions and bring one of the new guys in, whether it's Harrison or Skura. I think that'll be looking good moving forward.
Barry, what did you think of the offensive line today?
Yeah, man. It was okay, at some points. Like the run game, it was rough to watch sometimes. Like it was either we was getting no push, and we couldn't get no runs, and then as soon as we get a big run, flag. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll say I liked how Mike McDaniel like schemed up the little bubble screens to help the O line and leave some pressure off Tua and our O line, but it's okay. I like your idea of putting Harrison at center, moving Eichenberg back to guard with Hunt back. I would consider that. I don't know what the plan is going into Dallas next week, but yeah, if I were to grade it, it was a C. It was a C minus.
Yeah, I think especially early on, we tried to mask a lot of the deficiencies with that screen game, right? So we didn't really get even a true feel in a lot of true pass sets with that. They weren't asked to really hold their blocks for very long, but there were even times where they weren't asked to hold their blocks very long. And, why I'm going to knock them a bit is because there were, the pressure wasn't bad, but again, the penalties along that offensive line, man. And you nullified some multiple big plays. But I agree too. I'd give them a C plus, right? Like I'd be in that C range too. I thought they were decent. Well, hooked up, Joe. What'd you think of the offensive line today? And what did you think? Because I thought McDaniel and Frank Smith and Tua did a good job, and Butch Barry, got to give him his flowers. They did a good job of scheming around and really helping out that offensive line today too.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to talk about, is that scheme matters, and that all year long we've really been masking the offensive line deficiencies. And that's not really a negative either, because this week they got to rep the position and they played pretty much the same position they repped. All the plays they were working through, they were in the position they were expecting to be in. And in that scenario, we can survive. And the Jets have a serious defense. It does make you feel okay going into the Dallas game that our offensive line is going to be able to hold up against Dallas. If we went against some chintzy team this week, we'd be thinking, okay, next week Dallas is going to be our big test. But I'm telling you, Jets were a big test, and I think Dallas is just one more of the same. If we can repeat on that, we're good.
Yeah. Now I do think, especially if Dallas loses this weekend, it's going to be a little bit of a taller and tougher task. But I think having Tyreek back You know what I mean? Maybe Robert Hunt tries to finally go. We know he's going to try and go down this 3-game stretch. Maybe you get Robert Hunt back. I don't know, but I mean, Tyreek alone will give us some reinforcements and let us do some more stuff offensively. So, and the ball can be out quicker. Oh, thank God they didn't complete that. 2nd and 8. Man, never been a Cowboys fan until today. That's for sure. God, I hate the Bills just so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a drop too, by Kincaid. My boy Sam Laporta. I don't know if you saw him yesterday, but he makes that catch, huh?
Laporta is a monster.
Bro. Thank
He
you.
is a
Back in the game.
monster.
Thank you, Brian Flores, you clown, for taking our
Oh
pick
my
away.
God.
That could have been Laporta, man. Oh,
Hey, Luke Lackey, 2024.
there you go.
That's the movement.
I mean,
Man,
hey,
they're going
and
to
if
get
you
running into the kicker.
are they? You're way ahead of me, I just saw the throwaway on 3rd and 8. Are you watching on YouTube or are you watching on? What are you watching on Hooked Up? Because I'm watching it on. How is the?
I'm watching it on HD, just straight up.
Okay, my cable feed's way
antenna.
behind you. Was it really take this long to get to Canada? What's going on here, bro?
Yeah, it's got to go up to a satellite. It's got to wrap around the
joking.
Earth 3 times.
Oh my God. You guys got any final thoughts before we get out of here? Oh, they almost. Oh, you're right. Are they going to get running in the kitchen? Did they flag it? Yeah, they did. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're getting some hometown decisions as well, the Bills.
But isn't it roughing the kicker is the penalty running into the that they keep the ball running into the kicker? They don't
One's
keep
5,
the ball,
one's
right?
15, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they kept it.
Anyways, final thoughts, British Fin fan?
Yeah, took care of business today. Don't think the Jets, had anything to offer offensively, but they do have a good defense, and I think we controlled the ball well. Played mistake-free football, no turnovers. Bradley Chubb had a monster game. Great to see him stepping up in the absence of Phillips. Getting to 10 wins is key because now we've almost got one foot in the playoffs, but we've got a 3-game stretch coming up now where we're going to have to play our best football now and push on and hopefully win the AFC East and still be in contention for that number 1 seed. So I think, things up, things are looking good.
Bari, your final thoughts, man.
Hey man, another great win, another statement win from Uno and Waddle, killing another narrative. And yeah, Mike McDaniel adjusted, learned his lesson from last week. And yeah, man, just on to Dallas. Hopefully we get a bunch of troops back and stay healthy. Fins up.
Yeah, I mean that's I mean I even put that on my keys of victory this week. I mean, stay healthy. Jesus Lord Almighty. Hooked Up Joe, you're up, buddy. Final thoughts?
That was my first key to the game, was stay healthy and get out with a win. That's all I care about. And we did that and a whole lot more. And and it was great to have a game where it was just a happy game. There was no point in the game where like, oh my God, we have to worry about anything. It's just a happy game for the fans at the stadium, for us, everybody, a happy game. And that's what we need. We got 10 wins. We're coming off a happy game, but our team, we're going to keep playing angry. We're not coming off this thinking we did anything, because at this point, I think we're going to be playing with that same, we just lost and we're not going to let it happen again, angry ass attitude for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, you took care of a win and you handled a win you were expected to. Now, did anyone expect you to blow them out 30-0? No, but we all expected them to win by double digits, and we expected them to really, I mean, I woke up today expecting them to give them a second lesson in the international language of ass whooping. We all expected that. But now it's going to be there's a lot of people who don't know what to expect on this 3-game stretch, right? And there's people that expect us to come out of this 3-game stretch vying for that 2 or 1 seed and locking down this AFC East. And now with the Bills, they're going to be pressing on your heels if they win today. So this, again, you control your own destiny. Don't blow it and let other team. It feels like every time we get into December or January, we control our destiny, but by the end of it, we let other teams decide our fate. Don't do that this year. Handle it, get it done. I'm telling you, if they can take care of business on Christmas Eve, this team's winning out. And I still believe at worst they go 2-1 on this. This team, I've been saying all year, I was not worried about Baltimore because this team, after what they did last year, they believe they can do anything in Baltimore. And I believe they can do anything in Baltimore. So I'm going to be back tomorrow night, guys. We'll recap. I got some things I want to talk about besides the recap. So we'll dive into everything, PFF grades, all that jazz. Make sure you catch me tomorrow around 5 o'clock. And the film is definitely going to be fun this week, Tuesday night on 2 Tuesdays with me and Martin. And then the Finish Line returns on Wednesday with me, Richmond Webb, and Ball Game. Then me and Neil Driscoll on Thursday for Fin Too Deep. Then we preview the Christmas Eve game. And then I will be live reacting to that Christmas Eve game. Probably not going to do a post-game show. And if I do one, it's going to be late when the kids are asleep, the wife's asleep, and I'm waiting for Santa to come down the chimney, all right? So I will see all y'all tomorrow. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new on the way out. Appreciate all y'all for tuned in today. We had over 500 people in the live reaction. I thank all y'all. Fins up. We'll see y'all on the next one.